Good Wednesday morning, everybody. How are you, Colton?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, I'm a big horror movie fan. Today's perfect for that.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a horror movie when you're driving.
Yeah. It's kind of dreary, foggy, kind of gross.
Yeah. It was pretty thick out by where I am. So.
Yeah, and it's been kind of like variable across mid-Michigan. Not everyone has been seeing this, and that was one of the reasons why earlier this morning the National Weather Service actually canceled the dense fog advisory. It was supposed to go until 9 o'clock, and then they just canceled it at about 3:30 this morning.
Okay.
But we still have some fog that's out there this morning, and I'll show you a couple of our sky cams too.
The roads are fine.
Yeah, the roads. Yeah, the roads are fine. I think that we're kind of right around that freezing mark. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some sidewalks or things like that get a little icy this morning. I have a personal experience about this last week, so
we don't have video of it or anything.
No,
it's fine.
That's something that just to be mindful of here this morning. But I don't expect major travel issues. With this, but we can show you a couple of our sky cams. This is our US 127 sky cam, just kind of low clouds, a little bit some fog. This is better than it was earlier. We actually could barely see 127 earlier from this point of view. MSU is also looking a bit better, but Jackson does have some fog in the air, so keep that in mind. I don't think this is an issue all day long. We'll have winds today, and that'll help actually blow away some of this fog, so I think we'll actually see improving conditions throughout the day today. But right now you can see visibility is down to 0 in Coldwater. It's 0.3 in Jackson, 0.3 in Charlotte. So there are areas of dense fog still out there this morning, but I don't think that this lasts much longer than a few more hours, and then this should kind of fade away. And temperatures today should actually get up into the upper 30s to lower 40s. Ooh. And there's that southwest wind, so that's what's going to allow the fog to go away. But we will be seeing cloudy skies throughout the day. Maybe a few breaks in the clouds late this afternoon into the evening, but I think that we won't see a ton of sunshine out there today. So satellite radar does show just a few radar returns, but nothing crazy here. We don't have any storm systems heading our way today, but there is one that will be passing through the region tomorrow, and that may try to bring us a few sprinkles, but our chances for some rain and our chances for some snow, quite frankly, are virtually 0 moving forward here, as we have a very quiet weather pattern that's going to set up across the area. Yeah, well, I keep saying, I like snow just for personal reasons, but there are a lot of people that rely on the snow this time of year, especially, here locally, but also for our friends that live in northern Michigan, and we just have nothing coming in terms of snow.
I was talking to our northern Michigan partners yesterday, and a snowmobiling event actually got canceled. Well, because of the lack of snow. And
there are some of those around here too. It's even over in the Thumb. I believe Caro has a big event every year, and so it's just not looking good. And ice fishermen, people love to ice fish, and there's just virtually nothing out there, and we're not going to see anything. In fact, when I show you the temperature trend in a couple of minutes, it is crazy to see the temperatures that we have and for how long we're going to see it. So I'll talk about that in just a second, but I want to real quickly show you the hour-by-hour forecast. We have this model tries to suggest that we'll see a lot of sunshine later today. I think it's probably a little too optimistic about our sunshine chances. That's tough to say. But we will see the clouds return overnight either way. And then tomorrow's a cloudy day, but we may see a sprinkle or two throughout, but I don't expect anything major with that. But when I do expect some sunshine to return is probably on Friday, especially heading into the afternoon. Watch what happens. So this is Friday morning.
Okay.
There it goes. So I think that once we head into the end of the week, that's when we have a better opportunity at seeing some sunshine. And this weekend actually looks very sunny, which is definitely a change of pace from what we have been seeing as of late with the clouds that have been stuck in place. So let's get to the temperatures. Now today...
Did you go into the data?
I did. I knew this was coming, so I remember it from last year. But the average high has begun to climb in Lansing, so it's up to 31. So what does that mean? That means we are past the climatologically coldest part of the year.
I'm so proud of you for saying that word.
I like that word. Now don't ask me to spell it.
Okay. So what that means is our coldest part of the year is behind us.
It's behind us. So our coldest time of the year is when our average high is 30 and our average low is 16.
Okay.
Today it goes up to 31. Oh. But our average low is still 16. But that means that we're past the coldest time of year. in terms of the climate and in terms of, you know, averages and things like that. And so our average high will continue to climb all the way until July, when it peaks at 83 degrees.
Oh, thank
so
you.
We'll be climbing 52 degrees with our averages over the next several months.
Don't tell Maureen I said no thank you to 83 degrees.
Yeah, it's a little too warm for me.
Yeah.
But look at this weekend. I mean, this is the first weekend of February, and we're talking mostly sunny skies and temperatures in lower to middle 40s. So that's some incredible warmth for this time of year. Not great news for the snow lovers out there, certainly not, but even looking at this, the 10-day temperature trend, look at these numbers. We get even warmer next week, with potentially getting close to 50 degrees by next Thursday, as there's just no cold air. We kind of get into a blocking weather pattern called an omega block. We've talked about that before. So this just sets up and it doesn't move. And honestly, even looking long range, there really isn't a ton of cold air that's going to come in. Some may argue that towards the middle to end of February, maybe something possibly there with some colder air that comes in. But I mean, we're talking that far out in advance, and it's, you know, we're going to start running out of time here for some wintry weather across mid-Michigan, as we are seeing temperatures that are just going to be well above average. And, you know, a couple years ago, was it last year? No, not last year, the year before. You remember we got that giant snowstorm in Lansing? Yes. I think like 14, 15 inches or something like that in Lansing. Not the case here. So this snow may be our last snow for quite some time. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, but there's nothing really that even I don't necessarily say something, but I'm keeping an eye on something in the long range. But there is just nothing even in the long range to keep an eye on.
So I'm going to take a look at MSU really quick, just to show that over there on the bottom left, and even like a little bit on the right, you can see there's still some grass that you can see. So with those warmer temperatures melting what snow we do have, we shouldn't have enough where we're risking flooding.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the flooding is behind us. Still some elevated waterways out there, but no flood warnings for us. I believe northern Clinton County, the Maple River may still be high. But yeah, no, I don't expect flooding with the snow melt. We just didn't see a ton of snow. And then we dry out, so things are really going to drop. And we'll see what happens. You know, some of the projections are showing that El Nino may start to weaken in March. Oh. And those things typically weaken pretty quickly. So does that open the door for us seeing some wintry weather in March? I don't know. It's still to be determined.
It's happened before.
It has happened before, and we'll keep an eye on it. But definitely going to be feeling like spring over the next 10 days. But just keep in mind, this is very unusual. We have temperatures in the 40s, and don't be surprised if we do see that return of some wintry weather heading into maybe mid to late February or into the month of March.
All right. There you have it. Look at his face. He's so sad about it.
Yeah, I am sad. I love winter, and I feel like
it feels like we've been robbed of a winter.
Yeah, we've had, 1 week of winter?
Yeah.
And it was, you know, in February or in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not a lot going on winter weather-wise, which some people are. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are happy about it. I get it.
Thanks,
I do.
Maureen.
And it's nice to see sunshine. It's nice to see those warmer temperatures. But I don't know. I live in Michigan because I like the snow.
I like the 4 seasons, and I feel like I'm only getting like 2.5.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We still have a long ways to go. February technically is the last month of winter, at least meteorologically. Lots of words, right, today?
That's so many words.
So, you know, we are getting closer and closer to spring. I believe less than 50 days away.
It's to the point now where when I'm looking at my calendar, I'm starting to see Tigers games pop up.
Yeah.
So
spring training.
Spring training's like next month.
Yeah, in February.
Yeah. So, well, there you have it. All right. Well, thank you, Colton. Justin is in today on News 10 Today at 11, correct?
Yep, and he'll do Studio 10, and then Andy will be in tonight in our 90 Minutes News.
Well, here's what you can see coming up on News 10 Today at 11 with Taylor Gattoni and Justin Bradford. right now the city of Jackson is looking to help people experiencing homelessness. Volunteers are heading out to start counting the number of people within the city without a proper home. Also, a 19-year-old man accused of murdering a 78-year-old woman in Jackson Monday night is expected to be in court this morning. And we are going to talk about 5 things your blood can tell you about your health. Everything from infection to, well, that's the only thing I have written here. So lots of things that your blood can tell you about your health. So that's what we've got coming up on News 10 today at 11. We'll be back here at 2 o'clock on the News 10 Plus digital desk with another look at your weather, plus what Studio 10 is working on. And we'll check in with our news team to see how they are doing with their stories for over 90 minutes of news, starting with First at 4. Until then, have a great Wednesday, everybody. Have a safe drive because, like I said, it's still very foggy. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit out there, though. My producer is nodding her head like, okay. All right.
A little bit.
A little bit. Have a great day, guys.